We are continuing to follow breaking news out of Blount County this morning. This morning, a manhunt continues for the man accused of shooting and killing a Blount County sheriff's deputy and hurting another. A Jefferson County child at the center of an Amber Alert is dead, pulled from the waters of Douglas Lake. Breaking news on this 4th of July holiday. Thanks for being here with us for WVLT. I'm Christyn Allen in for Ted and Casey. The FAA has grounded flights from several carriers due to this outage. It's affecting airlines, including United, Allegiant, Delta, and American. Here's a look at McGee Tyson just a few minutes ago from our own Ted Hall. As you can see, the impact still causing a backup at the airport this morning. I'm Christyn Allen. We've got our Harry Sullivan out on assignment right now. We're continuing team coverage this morning after yesterday's severe storms and a tornado that tore through Morgan County. Again, this is a main road. This isn't even a side street. So imagine what those side roads in your neighborhoods are looking out. If you do have to get out in some kind of emergency, those side roads, your own driveway could be your worst enemy in that drive. Happening this weekend, Cool Zoo is in town as part of the Rise Up Con. We got Jim DeBerry here with us. Jim, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And really cool stuff that you guys have. Tell me some of the animals that you have in addition to Mash here. Here you go, Mash. I'm giving him a snack for
now. A cool fact about Sloss right here. And
each night of the RNC was themed. What was that last night and who took the stage? And on top of that, Ashanti, what was their message? If you are getting out and about in Knoxville today, if you can make it out of your own neighborhood, that is a win because your main roads and your interstates are going to be fine. But on those side streets, we're still really seeing lots of sheets of ice like this one. I just picked this up off the ground from that refreeze. So the refreeze really what's causing folks a lot of problems this morning. This morning, a woman is recovering after she was scratched by a bear in Gatlinburg. Take a listen to this. This happened at the Super 8 Motel on Historic Nature Trail. The Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency says the woman left her hotel room and a bear was outside eating from an unsecured trash can and scratched her. The bear also had cubs with her. Almost every law enforcement agency you can imagine, everyone from state police to law enforcement agencies here in East Tennessee coming out to be a part of this sea of blue for fallen Deputy Tucker Blakely. I'm going to step out of the way so you can see a little bit of what we're seeing. I think we really have the best vantage point here from Minette Funeral Home in Powell. You can see law enforcement agencies piled up bumper to bumper ready for this procession to get started here in the next 45 minutes or so. And right now our temperatures in East Tennessee are still dangerously high. We do want to get over to meteorologist Ben Cathy here with us. Ben, dangerously hot out there today, and this day actually breaking a record for us this year. Well, East Tennesseans are showing their patriotism on our nation's 248th birthday. We've got team coverage for you tonight. Our Sam Luther is at World's Fair Park, where Knoxville's Festival on the 4th is gaining steam right now. And Evan Lasik here with us, finding out how to stay safe in that dangerous heat. Having an accessible playground is a luxury for many Tennessee schools, especially for those in rural areas, like Oneida Middle School.
They need an outlet sometimes.
That's why in 2020, special education teacher Houston Bird, or Birdie as his friends and family call him, began fundraising, hoping one day the students he served and others could have a place to play with no boundaries.
They need that physical activity. They need somewhere to go out and be outside during the day, because right now we walk the back parking lot during lunch and breaks just to give them some fresh air.
Birdie laid the groundwork for this handicap accessible playground.
I think that's where this playground thought came from. He wanted to do something for those kids, and he just really loved them.
But he was never able to see it become reality.
He was just the best. He was just a good guy, you know.
It was Thursday, December 10th, 2020.
Several of the teachers had reached out to me and said, hey, we've tried to call Houston, we've texted him, we've called, he's not answering us. So, of course, I picked up the phone and started doing the same thing, and when he didn't answer me, I knew that there was just something not right.
At just 25 years old, Birdie had suddenly died, leaving behind a big family and a school that loved him.
He was just a great kid.
In the middle of this tragedy, his family and school became determined to finish what he started.
And the kids he had were the most severe kids, and he genuinely loved those kids.
Fundraising ramped up. The small town of Oneida raised $160,000 alone in donations. But compared to what the school needed, that was just a drop in a huge bucket. Now, although accessible playgrounds like this one are becoming more common in East Tennessee, it's more difficult for our rural areas with smaller populations to get the funding necessary to build them.
We had applied for several other grants, and some of the things that we had gotten back from them was because we did not have enough diversity. We didn't have the population needed.
Regardless, the need for this playground has always been there. U.S. Census data shows about 15% of people in Tennessee have some type of physical disability. Compare that to Oneida, where 25% of the population is disabled, many of them children. After years of applying for grant after grant, the Tennessee Department of Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities came through, awarding the school with $452,000. So now, with Birdie's family there, Oneida Middle School broke ground on Birdie's playground.
It's very emotional for me because, in all honesty, I didn't think we were ever going to get here.
The $500,000 structure named in his memory.
If you told us that a playground would ever be named after him, we wouldn't have thought that.
A short life to be remembered by generations to come.
Thank you.
In Oneida, Christyn Allen, WVLT News.
Construction on Birdie's playground should begin soon. It's expected to be in place by next school year.